Welcome to Be Here with YB. This episode is going to be a great one. Today I'm accompanied by a man who has overcame the odds and made it out of the streets. Having battled the system and given 12 years of his life to the federal penitentiary, but from his character and caring heart had so many people rallying and standing in his corner until the day he made it home. I welcome the conversation of guidance and structure because so many give their life and talents to the streets and give their soul to a system that's out to harvest the energy and break down the fabric of the black community. In an effort into shining the light into the ins and outs of the game, I welcome you, the one and only, the Beezy.
All right.
Going down with it. I'm here to share my father with the world today because he overcame a lot of odds and a lot of obstacles throughout his lifetime. So today's episode, we just gonna talk the talk. We're gonna have a father-son conversation as well as a conversation of let me say just guidance in general, as far as like so many youngsters and so many brothers out there living in the streets and doing what they got to do to eat, but some of them may not feel like they have a way out. So we gonna talk the talk with the bees of today, you know what I'm talking about, and see if we can kind of figure some of this out. So, for the people that don't know who you are, could you give them a brief overview and insight on who you are and what it is that you stand for?
Okay, well, I stand for a lot. I stand for maturity, and I'm trying to teach the youngsters on how to be mature and outcome the wittiness of the streets.
Right.
You know, I've been through a lot. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. You know, we go through a lot down there. And I've been there all my life.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, you know, I ran into some certain situations that, you know, had me where I had to, you know, pay homage for my crimes, you know.
Right.
And, you know, and I overcame that, and now I'm back on this side of the fence, and that's where I'm planning on staying.
Exactly. So how different is it growing up in Memphis versus anywhere else that you have lived or been?
Well, it's different because, you know, I think Memphis is a little property stricken.
Right.
You know, and it's a lot of double cross shit that goes on down there that I don't see, you know, in places like where I know it's going on everywhere in the world, but it's just another kind of animal when you live in Memphis, you know. But if you know the ins and outs of it, you know, I'm pretty sure anybody can come and survive there. It ain't like we targeting the motherfuckers that come around there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Memphis got a bad rap.
We got a bad rap.
We got a bad reputation.
You know, it's actually a alright place. It's just,
Yeah, it is.
in general, you know, like, shit, you'll probably get killed by one of your friends before you get killed by a motherfucker that's, you see what I'm
That
saying?
you don't know,
like,
random
that
person.
You don't know, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's like I want to say I ain't gonna say a jealousy type shit. You know, if like you may have more than the next person, and that next person might get a little, you know what I'm saying, a little salty and want what you got. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that shit go on down there, a lot of cutthroat shit.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's Memphis.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what was it like growing up in your era and time versus living in this era and time, especially with all the crime that's going on in Memphis and how the gun violence has shot up tremendously.
Right. We had in my time and when I was growing up, my era, we had a lot of more respect for as, and we did our thing. Now don't get it twisted. We did bullshit. We was bullshit, but the level of respect with my generation and the generation now is way different. You know, these dudes, you know, they'll shoot your funeral up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We wasn't there. You know, so I mean, it's different. Certain things was off limit.
Right.
You know, we was more about trying to get money. We was doing illegal, but we was more like trying to build that wealth.
Right.
You know, we wasn't about trying to take it. You know, we wasn't going trying to rob no bank and no silly shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was that kind of shit going on around me. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't gravitate to it.
Right.
So it's few people graduated to it, but nowadays like everybody doing it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Right,
Everybody trying to get more than what they supposed to have.
right.
The quick way of it.
The quick way,
Yeah, the
the
quick way.
fast way.
Yeah, when you supposed to do it, you know.
And you
I,
know,
I can't really say that it's a way that you supposed to do it,
no, ain't no
but
way you
you
supposed to do
supposed
it.
to do it
You just
a little bit more legitimately than you
okay.
know going out and just saying I'm finna just
I'm just finna just go take some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is. I ain't gonna, who am I to say,
to each
I
his
can't
own.
do nothing but just talk to him. If I see him doing, hey, brother,
I
come
think
on, man.
to me I think it kind of. Do you think it's hard to talk to some of these folks out here? Like as far as like talking to these young brothers,
I
you just think
think
it's
I
hard
think
to talk
it's
to them?
that they're saying going one ear and come out the other.
Hmm.
I think that's basically what we get into with this generation.
Right.
And it's sad, but we can't do nothing but pray for them,
Hmm.
and try to get everybody on the outside of the fence,
Right.
because I'm proud of you. I'm glad I see what you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you kind of you breaking the cycle.
Right.
You one of the ones that done broke the cycle. You don't indulge in shit. You know what I'm saying? Look, these little games these kids playing shit. It's a lot of shit y'all can be doing, man. They got these platforms. People can be marketing. You can just put a damn word on the shirt and try to
Right.
sell it through the
Exactly.
platforms you got. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? You got Facebook, Instagram, all this kind of shit.
Exactly.
That shit don't supposed to be for like, man, I'm gonna shoot you when I kill you. When I'm gonna kill you, when I shoot you, shit.
So when I see
I'm
you,
soon to
it's
see
on
you. Soon as
site,
on
all
site,
that,
and
and
all
then
this
posting it
old
online.
Twitter shit.
Yeah,
Man, come on, man. This
yeah
shit's supposed to be about
that's the
marketing.
difference from y'all at time and
Yeah, we
era.
supposed to be using it as a tool.
Right,
See, we didn't have this. We
right.
didn't have this.
What you think Facebook would have been like if y'all had it back in y'all time?
I think it probably would have been like it would have probably been a money market
Right,
for us, which it is now. People in my area they use it for monetizing,
right.
trying to get a little money. Yeah, I see people all the good brothers and they post their food, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever they do on their platform, whatever you do, whatever you choose to do on there to make your money, that's
Mm-hmm.
what it's for.
Right,
It ain't for like all this bullshit that's going on,
right.
man.
You
That's
think
why
it?
I try to stay off of it, man. I don't even indulge in it. If I have something to promote or do something, maybe I'll go back to it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? But I'm more a private guy. I privatize my shit.
Right.
And so I don't know. We can't do nothing but just pray for them, kid, and pray they get on the right side of the fence. But
Right, right. So you sold drugs, right?
yeah, I did.
How did you get into the drug game?
I was okay. I can say I was easily influenced,
Mm,
but I was easily influenced about material things.
mm,
I like the fancy cars, the motorcycles.
right,
I like the clothes,
right.
and how else to get it? We don't get it working at I was working at Pizza Hut when I was 16 years old. I wasn't gonna get it working at that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I figured out a way where I can, turn $100 into 200.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Real quick. So I was influenced by the drive of the money, and it was like that part of my brain where I wasn't thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
It was basically,
it was
I
basically
need to
like,
get it right now.
right, yeah. I'm looking at other people like, we influenced by movies, music. We influenced by a lot of shit. We was too.
Right,
This generation is too.
right,
You know what I'm saying? We was influenced by that shit. We see Tupac and them pulling up in Mercedes and shit. We wanted that shit.
right,
We wanted that shit too.
right.
So it was just a way we found out a easy way to get it.
Mm.
That's all.
So in Memphis, right?
Hmm.
What was the good things to do? Was it like what was the when was it a time when it was good, as far as like everybody parlaying, it feel good, summertime vibes, no killing. It was low on killing, put it like that. I ain't gonna say no killing because it never probably a time where it wasn't none,
Right.
but the times where the times was good, where people actually got along. Do you remember them type of times?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. It was time when, You see, back then, it was times when we just people just knuckled up. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't very rarely a person went and got a gun. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They got them.
Mm-hmm.
But they not using them like these youngsters is now. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? They using them motherfuckers now.
Right.
So
Back then it was out.
back
You could
then
get
it was
we could
like,
box it out. You can catch
hey,
your fade.
damn that shit you talking about, and damn that shit you talking
Right.
about. If I see you, I'm hit you in your jaw, or whatever.
Right.
We go in your jaw, shit. But nowadays it's different. But it's been times where you can go to the park and hang out and see your enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like that motherfucker better stay over there type shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And they did.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kept their distance.
Right.
But nowadays, it's on sight.
Right.
If I see my enemy over there, it's on sight. And that one our mentality back then.
Right.
We weren't thinking like that, man. You know,
It was just
it,
it was more calm.
it
It
was
was more
more
calm.
it was more like a calm situation.
Right.
It was shit
Nowadays,
got violent, but it didn't get that.
but
damn
nowadays
violent.
it be battling off the top.
It's off top.
Like
Yeah.
soon as it starts, soon as the altercation jump
Soon as it
off, it's
start,
battling already because they
yeah,
already
you got
thinking I got to go
the
get this.
weapons way more advanced now. They got these
Yeah,
switches and shit.
they get guns from the
Yeah, we had
military.
22s and shit. You know what I'm saying? You had to
You
get up
think
close to shoot a
you think
motherfucker.
that's a conspiracy though? You think they're a conspiracy or you think it's the truth?
I think
Because
they
they
was.
got military grade guns on the street, so where you think they
I
get them
think
from?
they was planning. I think they
In
was
our
planning in our
neighborhood, right?
neighborhoods. I believe in that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, me speaking on what I believe.
Right.
Everybody got their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So my opinion might matter. Yours might too. But I agree that I feel like they was planning in our neighborhoods for a reason. And it's
Exactly.
for us. It's what they doing with them.
Right.
They killing each other with these motherfuckers, man.
Right.
Yeah. So I think so. Yeah.
As far as like when I was growing up, right, I always paid attention to a lot, right? But one thing I noticed that it was a lot of dudes in the hood who was doing their thing, but
Hmm.
they took care of the neighborhood and they took care of the community, right?
Right.
So with that being said, do you think the plan was to eliminate a lot of them brothers who was taking care of a lot of people by incarcerating them and putting them in jail and overcharging them for the crimes that they done versus their counterparts, which is the white male or the Asian male or anybody else? Do you think there was a strategic plan to come into the neighborhood and take these brothers out of the street? Because there was a lot of brothers in the hood
Yeah,
that
that
used
was
to
yeah.
do
Yeah, I
like
used to, I used to try to, take care of the neighborhood, but at the same time, I was I was a part of destroying the neighborhoods too.
right,
I was a part of. I mean, maybe if I did sell a person, mama or daddy, some crack, maybe I was trying to feed the kid because I know they wasn't doing it. You see what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
But I was a part of destroying it too. So I can, I'm kind of like both ways with that
Mm-hmm.
because I reap my benefits off the shit. You know,
Right.
I made my little money or whatever I did. I'm all right. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But that don't mean I did right by being all right because I was destroying other black families and shit too.
Right.
And so I kind of look at that. So they'll look at that now. If you trying to help and use your money to help our community, I feel like they look at that shit too.
Right.
I feel like they will come and make sure you don't look out for nobody. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I feel like that too. But
It's
I'm kind
like
of like
it's
a
like
50,
it's
50,
like
50.
they'll let you do what you do, long as you being selfish. And
Nah,
once
I
you,
ain't, I ain't gonna say they gonna let you do what you do
nah,
now.
I'm
They ain't
saying
gonna
like
let you.
not saying that they gonna let you do what you
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
What I'm saying is they will allow you to continue to sell drugs as long as you are being selfish with your profits and your money, right? Not saying that they gonna take you out right then and there. They just watch you and probably build a case of something on you. But if you was to be generous and kind with your money, even though you getting it the wrong way, but you being generous and kind with your money, and you actually taking some of your proceeds and giving back or doing this in the hood and that,
I think
they
they hate
gonna
on
come
that.
and end your career a little bit more fast.
I think you'll go faster.
That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
I think you're gonna go anyway.
Right, yeah, you gonna go anyway, of course.
Yeah, if you
Selling
doing
drugs is
something
not
you
the
ain't got
way,
no
kids,
business, and
obviously.
when the federal government get on your
But we
line, you
we
know,
we talking we talking real life at least.
right,
I ain't taking away from I am not supporting the fact that people sell drugs or they should sell drugs because I think we all walked down that path at one point in time in life because we
right,
wanted something,
hmm,
right? We just had to figure out another way to do it, like you said. But at the end of the day, it's a real thing and it's a real life. It's a real game.
right,
And no matter how somebody may not like it or may not want to even talk about it in their household or to their people, it's
right,
something that's going on for real. And we lived inside of it in our communities, which was black communities. And this is what some of them had to do to make their money because my parents didn't make $150,000 a year from a job.
right.
You feel what I'm saying?
We
Most
made it
families
from
in
other
Memphis,
shit.
for
We
sure
made it
that,
from other shit.
for sure that, but
Yeah,
most
but
families in 19%, right,
right,
of the families in Memphis at this present time are living in poverty-stricken
right,
areas, right?
right.
So you got these mostly single parent, single mother homes. And there's a high number of single mothers, like 49%, right? Single
Yeah,
mother homes. So this is what they doing.
of course.
So most of them struggling anyway, and
Right.
they ain't making the income. Most of the income in one family makes about $47,000 in Memphis. That's a year.
But
That's
see,
$47,000. That's below the bracket. You ain't even middle class. You like you. You know what I'm saying?
do you think? Let me ask you a question. Do you think it's our level of thinking, or do you think it's people are trying to hold people back? I ain't gonna go with the race car shit, but like,
We just gonna talk it, see it like it is.
right,
Me personally, I think that I from being on that side and transitioning over to this side, right?
right,
And I done been in meetings and boardrooms and sat with people, right? And I done been around other black people that's able to do stuff like come back and help out and actually like feed people with knowledge,
right,
not with just giving it to them, right?
hmm,
Feed them with knowledge, but
right.
it's like
And that's what I try to do.
it's like some in their heart, right? Don't allow them to fully like give themselves to their people, right? Because I feel like I don't know. I think it's a scared. I think people scared really to
Right,
give themselves to their people, especially if you like somebody black. I know a lot of black people do stuff for each other, right? I know some good ones, some good people that actually like got foundations and organizations that give back to the community and help in the
right.
community. But to
It's
me, it's
been
like
us
they never
good,
really fully like you know what I'm saying? Like Malcolm was.
right,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Marcus Garvey was. You feel what I'm saying? Like how Martin Luther King was. Like these folks really gave themselves to our community, to the black people. You feel me?
right,
No matter what they say, this person did or that person did, or how that person approached his way of trying to, you know what I'm saying, get the people right.
right,
They still did it with everything in them. We don't got that today. Ain't nobody like that today
right.
when it comes to black people.
And and I think they take them all out.
That's the part
That's
though.
yeah.
And we don't
We got to
protect each
protect
other.
our own self.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't protect each other in
right.
that. I think
Only
I
person we got now is Farrakhan. That's the
right.
only one I feel we got. Hey,
Right.
I might be wrong. I might be,
Yeah, I think you
but
about right. Minister Louis
Farrakhan,
Farrakhan.
he gonna
Very
speak
smart
the truth.
man.
He gonna do what he do. He's smart.
Very smart
Yeah,
man. And it's a lot more out there, you
it's a
know?
lot more out there. We just don't. We just don't. Okay, if we come on this internet, we'll rather listen to some negative ass shit before we listen to positive shit.
Right.
I'd rather see the positive shit than the negative shit.
Right.
You know, I might click on to see what you have to say, but for us, like being positive, we got a lot of positive brothers out here,
Right.
like you yourself. And we got a lot of positive thinkers, people that can think outside the box,
Right.
get out this matrix we in.
Right.
We got a lot of people, a lot of black. Um, I was looking at the brother, what's his name, Billy Carson.
Yeah. Billy Carson, smart individual too.
He's a
Very
he's a
smart and intellectual
very
man.
intelligent brother,
Yeah.
and so we need more like that in our community.
Right.
How many Billy Carsons you run across in the hood, in the neighborhoods? You ain't run across too many.
Yeah, not too
You know
many.
what I'm saying?
You want to know what?
Everybody
You want
talking
to know
about
what though?
buying a gram of
You
weed
want
or
to know
something.
what?
You know?
It's a lot of talented brothers in the hood though, and in the
Yeah,
neighborhoods,
yeah,
right? It's a lot of talented
right.
people in the neighborhood. And
But
I'd
who
have
gonna
been a.
speak it? Who gonna speak the truth? Who gonna put the word out there?
You right about that?
I got
Me.
a positive brother. He work with me.
Me.
He like yeah. He like his religion. He very religious. I'm talking about, and he said he took to me because of the way I carried myself.
Right.
You know, and like I told him, I said, well, shit, you probably wouldn't been saying that shit like 10, 15 years ago. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You know, but I listen to the brother, you know, his religion, but, you know, I like to listen to all religions.
Mhm.
You know, it ain't no, I feel like the body's the temple with me type, you know.
Right.
But
God in the
he be
flesh.
speaking on like some positive issues, man. And the brother's so spiritual. I'm gonna have to uh, link you with him so we can get a session with him. Cause I like to pick
Right.
his
Right.
brain when cause
Right.
I'm about it ain't so much as quoting the Bible type thing. You know what I'm saying? He just a positive person. He's just like a spiritual person. He like
He really got
his
knowledge
energy
of
carry.
self. He
Yeah,
got a little bit more knowledge of self.
right.
So let me just ask you this, right? What you think it is though? Like, why you think we can't get on a path like we can be together? Because even in our neighborhoods and even in where we came from, it was like nobody was actually together. It was like groups here, group here, group here. People group up, but no, but it was never like the community together as one. Why you think that is?
For one, I think certain groups get greedy.
Mm-hmm.
They can't feel like they can share.
Mm-hmm.
Just think, not to be speaking on the situation with Dolphin and God in them, but just look at their situation. How they could have brought so many families up.
Right.
I think it's more so of you can't share this money. You can't, somebody jealous. And I mean, I don't see how them brothers couldn't
Come
come
together.
together and they could have helped Memphis
Yeah, in so many ways. So
in so
many.
many ways. They
Lot.
could have made not me and you, but me and you come together and help other brothers. You see what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
They could have been like a positive influence.
Right.
So some kind of way, I don't know, the music industry pitted them against each other
Right.
or what the fuck going on,
Right.
but it happened and I hate it happened.
Yeah, I think we all are.
But those brothers could have been like some very influential people
Right.
and they could have helped a lot of neighborhoods to be positive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They could have it could have been a ceasefire around that motherfucker.
Yeah, if they
Hey
wanted it
man,
to.
let's ceasefire this shit. Let's calm this shit down. That's what I'm about, man. I wasn't with all that old negative shit till a motherfucker brought it to me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I got to protect me
Right.
and my money and you and everybody that's around me. I'm gonna have to.
Right.
That's just the mentality we have coming from this city.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think it's a part. It's more like a jealousy thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more like I wish you were live so they can quote me on this. They can come in and say, hey man, no, I think it's this, I think it's that. And let me talk
Right.
and let us counterpunch with them. You
Right.
see what I'm
Right.
saying
Right.
on what we can be saying about that.
Right.
But I feel like that's it. It just I think it's jealousy. The city ain't big enough for all these great people. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
all of us can be great around there, man.
I agree.
It's so
I
small,
agree.
all of us supposed to be. We probably down there some kin around
You
all
saw.
of us probably cousins. But anyway, yeah, so that's, I don't know, man.
Why do you think it's always like the cities this heavily populated with black people that be so full of crime? Like what? It's like it's always us. It's
Well,
always us against us. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
for
I
one,
don't think it's
it's the household, like you said, single mothers.
fighting against the fathers.
For far as I know, I mean, I feel like a woman is strong strong women. We the world wouldn't exist without women.
Right.
You know, I know that, you know that, and everybody who listens to this podcast should know.
Right.
You know, but I feel like when it come to dealing with like gr- raising a boy as up to a man, I feel like a man need to be
Right.
involved.
I think I'd probably be a different type of individual if my mom just raised me 100% of the time. I think I wouldn't even want to.
Right. You know,
Like
you
no,
probably would have been
no.
off the rock. She was on your ass though.
Like
Don't
yeah,
get it
damn, my
twisted.
mama's
But yeah,
serious. She's serious.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm just saying, like,
yeah. But she ain't
y'all
gonna
was
get on
y'all
you
was a
like I
duo.
get
Y'all
on
was a
you. Yeah.
team. It was a
Right,
combination. You hear
right,
me?
right.
Like I say, I had to listen to you, but I don't think I could have just, you know, if my mom would raise me 100% of the time, I don't think I'll be
Right.
who I am right now
So,
or today.
look, I would expect you to be a different person if your mama just raised you by yourself, but
Right.
I don't think you would have been a bad person.
No, I don't think I would have been a bad person, but I
My
probably
mama,
would. I had to have it. You know what I'm
my
saying?
mama kind of, I ain't gonna say she raised me by myself, 'cause my dad was
I ain't no
always in my
disrespect,
ear.
ma.
Yeah, no disrespect. Hey, but my mama kind of like it was the same way, but my dad was in like over there
Right.
in my ear like I'm hey, you know,
Right.
hey,
Gotta correct you.
you got to
You
correct
gotta
it.
get
Yeah,
corrected. Cause I don't, you can, your mama gonna correct you for so long. I just supposed to correct you when you 15, 16 years old.
right.
You gonna, you hear me?
Yeah,
You
but
ain't
my
nothing
mama
you.
was like she was more like get your money and do what you say you gonna do for yourself.
Mhm.
You hear me? I be like, nah, mom, let me pay your light bill or something. She be like, nah, no.
She don't want.
She teaching me how to be a man.
Right.
She don't want it. She want me to pay my own motherfucking light bill, get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, you take your shit and go on, you know.
Right.
And my daddy was semi, you know, I used to, my daddy when they just was parents, man. They wouldn't take nothing from me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I used to have to like force it on them.
Right.
You know, some parents would be, my parents were different. You know, I guess because they had their own money or whatever,
They
but
come from a different time than
they come
what you
from a
came
different
from.
time.
Yeah.
They didn't want nothing.
Right. See,
And my
you want.
dad had certain situations, I'd be like, huh, Papa, get what you want out of that. He'd be like, well, I'm gonna take $250 out of here and I'm gonna pay my insurance, but I'm gonna put it back. I'd be like, I ain't gotta put that shit back, you straight.
Right.
He be like, hell no, that's your money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, put that shit back in there.
Right.
And it kind of make me feel a certain type of way, but the way the federal government work, I'm glad he put it back. I don't want to get it fucked up in
Right.
nothing. But that's how it goes, man.
I can dig it.
Yeah,
They,
rest his
they,
soul,
they
rest
was a
both
little
of them
bit.
soul,
They was a
man.
little bit stronger
Yeah.
back in the day.
Right.
Than
They were a little
than
stronger
the
than
parents did in today's time.
today's
I feel like.
time, yeah.
I feel like they ain't too strong.
Right.
Not taking that from nobody, because there's some people out there who really stand on their business.
They stand on
But
business out there. Some of them,
if a lot of them really stood on their business,
A lot of them, yeah. They go
them
on
kids won't be killing like they
rewarded
killing.
too, huh?
If they did stand on their business, though, them kids won't be killing like they killing though.
Right.
So we gotta step it up, put it like that.
Yeah, we most definitely got to step it up as a community, man. We got to get together, man. And I feel like only way we can get together is like on the spiritual side, man. We got to get closer to the Creator. We're gonna have
Right.
to.
We too
Because
you think we too far from 'em?
It's like everybody too far from it.
Right.
We got too many distractions.
Right.
It ain't like every day you turn that TV on and you see what was his name? Creflo Dollar walking across that motherfucker no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though we ain't gonna follow it, I mean, we ain't gonna do that. But
Right.
I'm just saying, man, we need more teachers, man.
Right.
Instead of, we need more leaders instead of followers, man.
Right. A lot of them follow.
A lot of them.
Right.
We want all us broke.
Right.
You get some money and you get some real money illegally, you face some motherfucking hell of a consequences fucking with the federal government.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, okay. So
This is what they need to hear. This is what
Yeah.
the brothers need to
Yeah.
hear.
Okay.
Because if they
You face-
don't hear this, they gonna
you
always think
face some hell of a consequences.
right.
Yeah. And not to just veer off on just talking about this, the federal government and what they do and how they do it. But I know when you walk in that federal courtroom, you look around, it's real black and white in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you could be held a long ass time for some bullshit that you never thought that carried. That's why, I stay on people, like people that's around me. I stay on their ass about them guns. I was like, man, you can't. Hey, I know you need it, but man, you don't need to go nowhere where you need to tote that motherfucker. You out of pocket anyway.
Right.
You go to church, you gonna take your gun with you. So why you there? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's just put them just down, cause that's what's gonna fuck y'all.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna get you a whole bunch of time.
Right.
Especially if you got a blunt of ounce of weed or something laying beside this motherfucker.
Right.
That's why I stay
Commission of
on
felon.
brothers about that shit.
It's gonna be. It's gonna all
Because
go
they don't
together.
know, a convicted fella carrying a handgun is a bad motherfucking charge. That John rolling. And most people in there for that.
Right. You think that's another way for them? Like that's
Another
another
way
tactic, getting us out the household, getting us out our home.
That's why they always
Cause-
want to hit us with felonies.
But you got to look at it like this though. We should already like we could be kids, right?
Right.
And this happened with me one, right? We can be kids, messing around, get caught with drugs, right? Go to jail. They give us some type of probation, but they give us a charge, like a felony charge, versus people that was in my same age group that was a different color from me, probably get a slap on the wrist and pay a fine. Their parents pay a fine for them. But I got hit with a felony at a young age, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they took my right to bear arms because of their felony. You feel what I'm saying? So you think they using these tactics against young black kids to strip them of their rights to bear arms because they want us not to be able to bear arms, period?
Of course.
And then when you get caught with that gun, the
Of
same
course.
gun gonna carry that time.
Of course they do.
Because you're a convicted felon. And they gave it to
And-
you in the beginning.
And certain charges outweigh certain charges.
Yeah, but listen, they gave you that felony charge at the age of 17, 18, 19. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now that you're an adult and you understand that I need this gun to protect my family and me, I know how to handle it. I know
Right.
how to tote it. You know what I mean? But you
Right.
get caught with it and they hit you with something else because you are already a felon now.
Right.
Because they gave you that back then. You know what I mean? It's a way for them to move us out the way. I think they doing that in high numbers too. And it's a real slick, strategic way too.
It's real slick because the services. That's the reason why not to be like Obama. He did that because it was a major number of blacks that were charged with crack.
Mm-hmm.
With crack.
Right.
Okay. Lynn Biles, he snorted some cocaine. He snorted raw powder cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
He did not smoke no crack.
Right.
And that's when they did that 101 shit. When he passed off that, when he had the heart attack and passed, the basketball player, you might not know who he was, but he was getting ready to go to the NBA. He was getting ready. I think Boston or somebody drafted him.
Right.
And he snorted some cocaine the day he got drafted and busted his heart. He killed him. They came with the 101 shit. Okay, now they 101 crack, not powder, because that's what they like. Crack, what black folks like. You can sell a nickel rock anywhere. You see what I'm saying? You
Right.
can. I don't know what about now. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me talk on that. But anyway, make a long story short, when they did the statistics of how many blacks were locked up for crack,
Right.
they had to redo the numbers. They like, oh, hold up now. You mean out of 100%, 80% black, 5% Asian, maybe 10% might be white, and the rest of the percent might be other.
You're right.
Oh, you locked up for crack in the
Right.
federal penitentiary.
Right.
So
That's
you mean
high
tell me
numbers.
that's a crime
That's
that
high
was
numbers.
targeted?
For
It,
blacks.
it was made, that law was made for us. And so I think the way they structure they laws and powers and shit and the way how they carry themselves, and I think we fall victim to a lot of it.
Right. And it's rarely
And I
spoke
think
on
it's
too.
structured
Rarely spoke
like
on.
that.
It's rarely spoke on.
Mm-hmm.
They don't never really speak on it.
Right. Now they ain't gonna speak on it because they know the numbers don't lie.
Right.
Those numbers don't lie.
Right.
They did the numbers on that shit, and I looked and I was like, I know they better be letting me about this motherfucker right now. But no, they ain't let me out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
but still, I can laugh about it now, man. I hate I did it, because it took time in my life.
That you can't
And it
get back.
took me away from y'all, you and your siblings, and that shit still hurt me today because that's time we can't get back.
Right.
I'm still searching for it. That's why I'm up here, way up
Right.
here, and where we at?
It's Washington. So in the wrap to
Right.
wrap this up, I want you to just give a message, right?
Hmm.
One message to the community, to the young black kids, boys and girls out there who really need to hear this, who still living their street life, and maybe they want some type of words so they can maybe escape this madness that they got to live in,
Right.
and maybe they want an exit route.
Right.
So, what can you tell them in hopes of giving them something to like get themselves out of the streets or
One
put their
thing,
mind in the right place to
one
get
thing
out
I
of the
can tell
streets?
them is, you got to be positive. You got to think positive, man. You can't just look at other brothers and see what they got. Okay, you got a big chain on, a big watch, you got a nice watch or whatever.
Mhm.
Stay focused on the slow money, cause the fast money gonna get you took out of here. I don't care if you making a certain amount of money and you feel like this is where you need to be in life. Get that shit, get the fuck out the way.
Mhm.
Don't make this no goddamn hobby, no job.
Right.
You know, don't live for the no. Live for the goddamn get your ass out the way. I don't want to know about it in the end.
Right.
Let me get mine and get on out the way. But my message towards them, you can work every day. I came out of prison and I don't want to quote no numbers, but I think I make better money and better decisions now than I did when I was selling drugs.
Right.
My decision making now is, if you can't live off $1,000, $1,200 a week, I mean, what's your purpose?
Right.
You getting high? What the fuck? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
That ain't no money.
Right.
But it's enough to keep you focused.
Right.
And it's a lot of jobs out there willing to pay you $1,000 a week.
Right.
It's a lot of shit you can be doing.
Right.
But you ain't got to look over your back. You
Mhm.
ain't got to be turning around.
Mhm.
You ain't got to be worried. You can drive anywhere. You ain't got to be worried about the police following you.
Mhm.
You ain't got to be worried about these motherfuckers. You ain't got to worry about nothing but just live.
Mhm.
You know,
That's the message. Is live, right?
just live. Yeah. And not fast living.
Right.
Live within your means. Live within your culture.
Mhm.
Your culture. You hear me? Your culture. Live within your culture.
Right.
So if you want to go outside your culture and buy your Fendi, Prada, and Gucci, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Why not buy a T-shirt we made or
Right.
something? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not that we making T-shirts. I'm just saying.
Right.
Why not buy a T-shirt little Timmy made?
Right.
You want to go spend $1,000 on a belt?
Mm.
Who does that? That's the stupid shit I did. So my thing is, don't be materialistic, man, and just stay on this side of the fence. Stay positive, and it is a way we can make it, man. We just got to come together as a community and as a whole, and put all our thoughts together, man. I'm telling you, we can survive. We can make
I
it.
agree.
I feel like everybody need us.
I agree.
We need us.
I agree.
And man, I appreciate you letting me on your platform, man.
100%.
And I love chopping it up with you. Love the positive things you're
Man,
doing,
the
man.
Beezy, man. Y'all done heard it straight
Hey,
from somebody
man.
who done lived it, who done been in the streets, who done
Straight
did their
rock.
time, but also lost time. And it was a wholesome and a well put together conversation. We were just chopping it up. I hope y'all took something from that conversation, and I hope y'all run with it, man. Once again, man, thanks for being right here on this show with your boy YB on Be Here with YB. Until next time, you dig.